And I don't want to try to control everybody else's opinion of me anymore. If people hate me, if people think I'm stupid, or they think I'm ugly, or they think I'm just wrong about everything, that's okay. I'm like, okay, cool. That's your free will. I'm not going to impede on that. And I may not agree with what you say or what you think, but I respect your free will right to think and say it. As simple as that. So find a way to... Hello, beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica, and today's video is titled, How to Stop Caring What Other People Think of You. Everyone here is doing well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you guys enjoy the beautiful water that is in the background here, and let's get started on this topic. All right, so this is a topic for a video that I honestly never thought I would be doing, because I am a person who has always really deeply cared what everyone around me thinks of me. I am extremely self-conscious. I am an empath. I feel a lot. I'm very sensitive. I feel all of my emotions very intensely. And I don't ever want to hurt people's feelings or have them think that I'm a bad person or just not like me, right? And I don't think I'm the only person. I know most of us are like that. I think it's just kind of part of being human. We are meant to be social creatures, and we're meant to be in groups and gather and socialize. Just like when we had villages back in the day and people used to have their villages or their tribe or, you know, their family and their community around them. And we don't ever want to really be social outcast. We want to fit in to a certain degree, at least with a certain type of group or community where we feel that other people understand us and they appreciate and value us. Like, I know there's people who also say, I don't care what other people think, and I don't mind being an outcast. I try to be an outcast. I don't want to fit in. And that's fine too. I just never thought I would really fit into that category of thinking because of all of the things I just explained previously. So with that being said, with me being so sensitive and an empath and caring so much what people think, at least I did more so than now, it's kind of hard for me to believe that I even have a YouTube channel or that I put myself out here on the internet and that I am very vulnerable with things that I have gone through, and to be so open and honest about things that might be considered embarrassing that I've gone through in my life, and things that have been very serious things like feeling depressed and feeling suicidal and feeling lonely. It's weird that I guess I would admit that, right? If I cared so much what people think, especially because when you put yourself out on the internet, especially in videos, it really opens you up to being critiqued and being criticized and having haters, and people say really nasty things about you, and it can be extremely hurtful. And sometimes I hear people say things like, oh, just grow thick skin. And I'm like, well, how do you just grow thick skin? That's like pretty difficult if I'm just a very thin skinned, I guess, sensitive person. So although I feel like I can't claim that 100% I will never care what anyone ever thinks about me ever again, and I know that most people feel the same way, especially when it comes to people that we're close to. Like, maybe what strangers think of us doesn't bother us so much because we're just like, they don't know us. But, you know, we're always going to care to some degree about what our friends and what our family and what our close personal circle thinks about us. But I feel like with those people, if they misunderstand us, they still see us more in a positive light. They still love us and try not to judge us. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be in our close circle. At least that's my opinion and how I feel about myself. So, getting into how to stop caring what people think about you, at least for the most part. I would say what I realized is that caring so much about what others think of me and being so self conscious stems from the ego. It stems from our mind. And our ego, the basic function of our ego is survival and to protect us and to make sure that we feel safe. And in order to feel safe, a lot of times we feel like we need to camouflage in society and that we need to blend in and not have any confrontations and not have people scope us out as different. And we don't want to be alienated or, like I said, cast out like a social outcast from society. And so our ego can put on a lot of masks and disguises to portray a certain persona or certain like personality that's not really ours. It's more pretending or acting in order to fit in. And so one day I realized that our ego tries to protect us by trying to control what every single person outside of us thinks about us. Our ego wants to control everyone's opinion, everyone's judgment. It wants to control everyone's perception of who we are, regardless of that if that's who we really are. I hope this is making sense. When our ego is in control, it doesn't want to just control us and what we do and how we look and what we say and what we project onto the world as who we are, this mask. It also wants to control what every single other person thinks about us. Our ego wants to control other people, their perceptions, their judgments, their opinions. And like the problem with that is that no matter how good we are or how much we do for people or how helpful we are or how beautiful we may seem according to common beauty standards or how smart we seem because of how many schools we went to or how many books we've read, no matter how amazing we may tend to be and how, I mean, even if we seemed perfect, we're just never going to be good enough for some people. We're never going to be smart enough or beautiful enough or funny enough or interesting enough. And no matter what our opinions are, even if it's on the majority of society has this opinion, there's always going to be somebody who opposes our opinion. And that's just how life is. And to me, that's okay. What's not necessarily okay is people who get so opposed to your opinion that they bully you or harass you with the intention, whether subconscious or conscious, to have you change your opinion to become their opinion so that they don't have to feel like they're wrong because their ego is trying to protect them by always being right. And in those instances, people may say really mean, nasty things about you. And fortunately, I haven't gotten a lot of mean, hateful comments on this channel so far, but I have had them. I have had haters say, I can't even remember all the things they've said. In the past, I used to like delete the comment and block them. And now, honestly, I just kind of leave it there. And sometimes I'll respond, and whatever I respond, it's something loving and positive. Like, well, thanks for your opinion, and thank you for the feedback, and thank you for watching the video and giving it a thumbs down and giving it and commenting that you didn't like it because that really helps the channel. That really helps me out. So thank you. And I truly mean that. Like, I find the positive side in it. And I am grateful for my haters too. Like, seriously, I do feel for those people because I know they have to be hurting. I know they have to be unhappy because there's no way happy, healthy, functional people are going to go and just literally hate on everything someone says and does just for the sake of doing it. It just, that's not how like happy people work. And I know I definitely don't do that. Even when I'm not happy, I'm still very nice and polite to people, and I don't take out my anger and frustration, at least intentionally, on other people, especially just because they have a different opinion than me. So anyways, going back to our ego tries to protect us, it tries to control what other people's perceptions of us are. And I think once I realized that, and maybe once other people realize that, it kind of makes it easier to not feel so hurt when people say mean things, because the way I view it now is that everybody has free will, meaning they have the free will of what they think and what they say, freedom of speech, and the freedom to express whatever they think and feel, especially if I'm putting myself out there for critiquing, I guess, basically, if I'm out on the internet. And I'm not saying that it makes it right or okay, but I do find that aspect of appreciation and gratitude for the fact that all of us, including myself, has that free will to think and feel and say what we want, even if it's negative, even if it's hateful or hurtful. And I don't want to try to control everybody else's opinion of me anymore. If people hate me, if people think I'm stupid, or they think I'm ugly, or they think I'm just wrong about everything, that's okay. I'm like, okay, cool. That's your free will. I'm not going to impede on that. And I may not agree with what you say or what you think, but I respect your free will right to think and say it. As simple as that. And I swear, since I've gotten those comments, they just don't even bother me. They just don't. I'm just like, they just slide right off. And like I said, sometimes I'll respond back with something positive and, loving, because I will send them love, because those are the people who need it the most. And I've got plenty of love to give to everyone. And then sometimes now I just don't respond at all, because I can kind of tell, that person's really upset about something I said, and nothing I say is going to make them understand where I'm coming from or feel better about what I said. Is just, and I just feel like it's going to be kind of a waste of time and energy to keep trying to go back and forth. And so I just let them have their say on my videos, and they got to express how they felt. They got to get that anger out, and it's not hurting me. I believe that what we say and do to other people is a bigger reflection of what we say and do to ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. A lot of times we're just projecting those internal feelings and hurt onto other people. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with that person. That person may just have said or did something that was a trigger for that person for how they already was feeling in that moment. But there's always exceptions too. I don't think anything's black or white. There's always gray areas. So if I feel like somebody's harassing me, like they're constantly just spamming my videos with negative comments or sending me DMs on Instagram or something, then I will block them. I haven't had to do that for a long time, but I will do that, because that's my way of saying I'm cutting off your energy contact to me. Like, you no longer have access to me and my energy. And it's like an energetic block that I'm just like, okay, I'm cutting that cord, sort of thing. And I think that's okay too. All right, that is my video for today. Hopefully that was helpful to just kind of explain, again, the ego. And sometimes we just have to say, ego, thank you for trying to protect me. I know what you're trying to do, but I'm going to respect that other people have free will to say and think and feel what they want about me or anything else in the world, just like I have those same rights. And I'm just going to let it be. And because I know that we're all beings of love, and maybe those people just forgot. I mean, I'm thinking they forgot that they're beings of love and that we're all connected, and that, this 3D reality is very temporary, and there is a lot of illusion going on, and that we're not separate. And anything that they say or do, they will experience back at some point, and hopefully that will help them grow and understand. And once we all exit this life, then we know the higher truth of what we really are and what our purpose of being here was for. And it will seem, I'm sure, pretty silly at that point, that we maybe felt so hurt by what other people said, because in actuality, I don't think deep down on a soul level they really mean that. They were speaking out of anger or their own feelings that they couldn't process, and so they project them onto us. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give a thumbs up if you did. Please leave a comment if you want to talk more about it. Love hearing from you guys. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. And until next time, as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Peace, love, and much light.